Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Allahumma ja'alna min ibadika al-mukhlasin. O Allah, make us of your select servants. Allahumma ja'alna min ibadika al-mukhlasin. O Allah, make us of your sincere servants. So just to build on the topic that Brother Ahmed was talking about yesterday, giving reflections about Surah Yasin, and the denial of the disbelievers of the existence of Allah, or the denial of resurrection. There are also verses in Surah As-Saffat where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَالُوا إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. And they said, meaning the disbelievers, that this is nothing except clear sorcery or clear magic. أَإِذَا مِتْنَا وَكُنَّا تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا أَإِنَّا لَمَبْعُوثُونَ. So if we, how is it so that when we die and we become dust, we become bones and dust, then we are going to be resurrected? It is something that many people struggle with. Many, the disbelievers struggle with this. And some of which are at the highest levels of intellect. I was watching a video today for, I'm sure you've heard the name, Bill Nye. Heard the name, Bill Nye? He's like the science professor, right? He's the guy who wears the bow tie, right? The signature bow tie. So he had three arguments that God does not exist. And this is, supposedly top science guy. And subhanAllah, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَجْعَلِ اللَّهُ لَهُ نُورًا فَمَا لَهُ مِن نُورٍ. No matter how much knowledge you have, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give you the guidance, does not give you the light, you're not going to have that guidance. You can be intellectual, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're smart, right? So these are his three arguments that he made. That if God exists, he has to be detected, he has to be seen. So we cannot see him, we cannot detect him, therefore he does not exist. That's the first argument. The second argument is science does a better job in explaining natural phenomena. Subhanallah amma yasifun. And the third argument, which I think is the silliest argument, is whether he exists or not, what difference is that going to make in my life? It's not going to make any difference in my life. So, how would you guys respond to these arguments? So, argument number one, you cannot see God, he cannot be detected, therefore he does not exist. As a Muslim, as a believer, how would you respond to that? What?
He didn't exist himself, and how did he come to be? So, what does his existence? How did he have any existence?
How did he come? Someone must have brought him into existence.
Many things you cannot see but exist, like electric.
That's right. Exactly. You can't see electricity, but it can kill you, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he put many signs around us. That, if you reflect on these signs, Quran, the universe, ourselves, everything around us reminds us of Allah and is a sign of the existence of the one creator. So it's a very silly argument. How about the second argument that science provides better explanation of natural phenomena than Allah, astaghfirullah, subhanallah amma yasifun. How would you answer, how would you respond to this argument? Okay, I know it's getting late, so I guess we'll just get to it. Actually, it is quite the opposite, because science fails to provide answers to the most basic questions, like how did we get here, right? Science doesn't really tell us that. What happens to us after we die, right? Science doesn't tell us that. What is the ruh? How does the ruh interact with the body? Doesn't tell us that. How is it that you put a seed in the ground and it becomes a plant? Science can't explain. And, so many different things, that basic questions that science cannot explain, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains that. And then the third question is, what difference does it make whether I believe in God or not? What difference does it make? It makes all the difference. Because his argument is, I'm already a good person, right? I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't kill. So even if I believe in a God, I'm still going to be a good person. And he doesn't, he's, and one of the commentators said he's like a parasite. He's been feeding on all of the blessings that Allah gave him, not knowing that these blessings are from Allah. Good, the definition, just the mere definition of good and bad, that is from Allah. How do we know that lying is bad? It's from Allah. How do we know that stealing is bad? It's from Allah. Allah is the one who disciplined us. And without getting these sources from Allah, we're lost. So even the disbelievers, they benefit from the blessings of Allah, but they don't know it. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us and make us better followers of His book and the guidance of His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.